Hey guys, Miss Watson here. I hope you guys are doing well and had a nice weekend. Here are the responses I got from the quiz review packet. Thank you to the 19 people who filled this out. We look pretty good to start with here. Excuse me, and then we get to seven, 7, 8, and 9, which I knew were going to be some harder ones. I will go over those for sure, and then after that, we look pretty good. So I did post the entire key. Um, so please take a look at that if you haven't already. Here are the questions, which mostly have to do with 7, 8, 9. But let me go ahead and copy and paste these into the document um, so I can make sure that I cover them. Um, just so you have some extra support before you take the quiz this morning or later today. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's start with 7. So first off, here's our tree diagram. This tree diagram works for, or is relevant for 7 and 8. Um, let's go ahead and go to 7. So 7 says, what is the probability of L? And L is less than 68 inches tall. So if you already looked at the key, you'll see kind of how I do this. But if we look on the tree diagram, L happens twice, right? L happens over here and over here because there's two ways that you could be less than 68 inches tall. You can be female and less than 68 inches tall, but you can also be male and less than 68 inches tall. So you have to take into account both of those. And it's an or statement, right? Notice how I said it. You can be female and less than 68 inches tall, or you can be male and less than 68 inches tall. So really, this is the same as probability of male and less than 58 inches, 68 inches tall, or probability of female and less than 68 inches tall. So remember, male and, so an and statement is multiplication, whereas this or is addition, so add. So if we go back up here, male 0.55 and 0.66. We're going to multiply those. So probability of male and less is 0.5 times 55 times 0.66. And then we put this plus sign in there for our or. Okay, plus the other option is female, so 0.45 times 0.88. And again, I'm getting that from right here and right here, right? Those are the two options. Okay, and then I just calculate this. All right, and if you put that in your calculator, again, it's 0.55 times 0.66 plus 0.45 times 0.88, and you should get as a percentage about 75.9%. Okay. Okay, number 8. This says what is the probability that you're female given? Remember that this line means given, so this is the conditional part. Given you are greater than 68 inches. So probability of female given greater than 68. So the formula we used for this one was from the conditional probability day, and it looks like this. It's going to be the probability of the two together, so female and greater, divided by the probability of just greater. Okay, so F and G. So let me go back up here. Let me erase this so we can look at it now. So the top was probability of F and G. So here's F and G. So this line or this branch to that branch. Okay, so that's going to be our probability of F and G, female and greater. So it's 0.45 times 0.12. Okay. And then probability of G. Well, here's the thing, guys. It's going to be very similar, not the same, right? But similar to what we just did here, right? So that was the probability of L in number 7. Now we're looking at the probability of G. So we have to look at both branches. So let me get rid of this to look at both branches. Now again, we're looking for probability of G. Well, there's a G there and there's a G there. How do we get there? Well, you can be male and greater than 68, or you can be female and greater than 68. So those are the two branches that we're looking at. So probability of greater, I'm going to kind of write it down here a little bit. Just like number 7, this is going to be the probability of male and greater, or you could be female and greater. Okay, so male and greater is the top one, 0.55, 0.34. So 0.55 times 0.34. Again, it's an or statement. And then female and greater is 0.45 and 0.12. Okay, now please do not cancel out the top and the bottom where you see those are the same. And you cannot cancel those because there's addition in the bottom. So you do have to calculate this out. So in your calculator, put the top and then put the bottom. Make sure you follow order of operations. And here you should get approximately 22.4%. Okay. All right. Number 9. Number 9 is a really good problem. It's definitely more challenging than some of the others that we've done. But this is what the tree diagram would look like. And I put this in the key, and I'm actually not going to spend too much time on this because you're not going to see one like this on the quiz. But it says 52% of the student body is from Chicago. So that's kind of where you start. So you say from Chi, and that's 0.52, which means not from Chi would be this branch, and that's 0.48. That says of the students from Chicago, 45% attended a concert. So we have concert and no concert. Same thing down here, concert and no concert. So 45%, so 0.45, which means that this must be 0.55 because they have to equal 1. It says overall, 41.16 students attended the concert. So this means that the probability of just C by itself is equal to 41.16%. And what are you solving for? It says use a tree diagram to find the probability a student went to the concert given the student was not from Chicago. So what we're solving for here is not from Chicago, so NC. I'm sorry, not from Chicago, so bottom branch, and went to the concert. So this is what we're solving for right here. We're solving for this branch. That's your X right there. Okay. If you look on the key, this is how you set it up. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but it would be probability of concert is equal to the probability of from Chicago and went to the concert. Or it could be probability of, oops, not from Chicago and went to concert. Okay, and then you just fill that in. So this is where the 41.16% would go. Or actually, let me just change that to a decimal. 0.4116. This is 0.52 times 0.45. That's my top branch. Plus, we know not from Chicago, 0.48 times x. Go ahead and solve that. Okay, multiply this out, move it over to the other side, divide both sides by 0.48, and you get x is equal to 37%. Okay, again, that type of problem is a little further than what we've had time to go over for remote learning, so you won't see something that complicated on the quiz. Okay. All right, I want to wrap this up. I didn't want to make this too long, but let me make sure I got through everything. We got through some tree diagrams. The quiz will tell you what to round to. It's usually for percentage to 1 decimal, so the nearest tenth. Standard deviation is usually the 100th. Number 12. And the last one. Oh, number 12. Take a look at the key on that. Take a look at the key on that. I also did that one on the key. We did number 9. did 7, 8, we did number 9. The last one, why isn't it C? Um, oh, the reason why here is that you can't just you can use the results of the survey, but you to make a decision, but you can't just assume that um, if you were going to do another 300 students that you would get the exact same results. Okay. Um, the use of the survey is for you to make a decision on it, but not to say that it must be true. It absolutely must not be true. It's a good indication, but it's not completely um, true. Okay, for all. All right. I hope that was helpful, guys. Good luck on the quiz and reach out if you have more questions. Thanks.